Aye, there we go. Hello, Beeble. Okay, yes. Salutes. What's up, guys? What's happening? Damn, I gotta get a haircut, man. This hair is getting a little too long now. Gotta kind of just, ice it over a little bit. What a good problem to have to get a haircut. Fantastic. Anyway, let me see. How are the people doing? What's up? Sai Pradhan, Chainlock Edits. Inad? Yeah. Yeah, bro. We're good. We're back to normal now, actually, as crazy as that is. I was actually thinking about that pretty much all of yesterday because yeah, because the earthquake happened 28th, I believe, right? So no, the day before yesterday, I was thinking about that because I was like, man, like we experienced a 7.7 earthquake, and a day later, everything is back to normal in the city, in a city of 17 million people. That is crazy. Like, just from that perspective alone, I've never heard of anything like that. I mean, usually when an earthquake or a natural disaster happens, even the lowest impact ones, it shuts down the city for a few days, if not a few weeks. This one, we were right back to it the next day, which is, I mean, first off, thank you, God, because, I mean, He was protecting us and truly blessed to have that. And secondly, thank you to the engineers who built the buildings the way they did, because, as you guys know, earthquakes don't kill people, buildings do. And the buildings here, you know, I mean, I don't want to think about what would have happened had the earthquake happened right under Bangkok or closer to Bangkok, because this one was very far away. But, because of the way Bangkok is situated, we felt it very heavily. Even the people, you know, I'll tell you guys the full story here in a second. Even like people, when I was outside, I was talking to people who were from California. And as you guys know, California has a lot of earthquakes all the time. And there was probably about 6 people that I talked to from California outside in the 5 hours that I was outside. None of them said they had experienced something like this before. They had never experienced shaking this violently before. So they all said that it was the worst earthquake they've ever been a part of. And these are people who literally grew up and lived with earthquakes their whole lives. So it was, so basically what happened is, I was sitting right here, like in this exact spot. And I had my laptop on my lap, and I was editing my new travel video. And all of a sudden, I felt very dizzy. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, maybe it's just, I don't know, like maybe I drank my water wrong, or maybe the AC is blowing some weird air or something like that. I'm like, it'll go away in a few seconds. It didn't. And now I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because I was like, just so wildly dizzy out of nowhere, like to the point like I could barely stand up straight. But, when you're that dizzy, you don't want to just sit still. So I get up, and out of the corner of my eye, because my balcony is right here behind the curtains, right? Out of the corner of my eye, I see what I think is some shaking. But, I wasn't standing around to look at that because I was going to go to my front door. which is right there. Like that door right there is my apartment door. So I'm sitting right here and I'm going to go to my apartment. So I'm going to go to my door. I put my computer down. My phone is here as well, right where I am. And I go to the door and I look out that peephole and I see my neighbors running like across the hallway. And I hear sounds I'd never heard before from my apartment. And it just clicked. I'm like, this is a fucking earthquake. Oh my God. And I didn't have time to think. I just opened the door and I ran as fast as I could, got in the staircase. I'm not wearing any shoes, any flip-flops, didn't have my phone on me, didn't have my keys. My pockets are completely empty. I'm wearing my pajamas, my shorts and a t-shirt, nothing else. And my neighbor, like the one who lives next to me, has a baby. It's a grandma and it's her granddaughter. And she's probably like, I want to guess, like in her 60s. She's running in front of me. Now, remember, I was saying I was running I'm talking like going down 2 to 3 steps at a time because the building is still shaking. And we're going down. She was running faster than me. And she was praying the whole time, like praying loudly that, we're going to make it past this. And now as we're running down, my brain is starting to work again. My fight or flight is, because I'm running, my fight or flight is kind of switching off. And I'm hearing sounds above me of things crashing, like things falling. And I don't know what it is. Like it could be, like the walls falling. It could be appliances falling in apartments, or it could be the building is crashing. I have no idea. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, please not like this, not like this, not like this. Like, I'm 29, I don't want to die in an earthquake here, man. Like and I'm like, we got to get the hell out of here, like as quickly as we can. So we kept going, and finally we got outside. And at that point, the hall, like the staircase was filling up with people who are on the floors below us. We get outside and there's people now from all buildings around us running outside as well. And they're all kind of startled. They have no idea what's going on. Some are crying, calling for other people's names. And no one's really helping them because, everyone's so confused. So we're out there and I'm like, man, what the hell is happening? Like we see some water coming off of some of the buildings. Because, the buildings were shaking, and a lot of the buildings in Bangkok, the high-rises, have pools on the top floor. So they were spilling. And, we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. And this was like 1 p.m. in the day, and it was a sunny day. So the ground is concrete in a lot of Bangkok, and I'm barefoot, so I can't really walk anywhere because the ground is burning like a motherfucker. And, over the next few minutes, I hear some phone conversations. People are on Twitter or on Instagram. We found out it was an earthquake, like about 7.7 magnitude. And, now I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, my entire life is in my apartment. Like all my shit's up there. Like my passport's up there. My wallet's up there. My computer's up there. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's still in one piece. I don't know if my apartment caved in or not. I have no idea what's going on. And then I'm like, oh my God, I can't even tell my parents what happened. I can't even tell my family what just happened. Like, good thing it was nighttime back home because everybody was sleeping. So they didn't really have time to panic about what happened. Because I couldn't message them until much later, and until a few hours, until like 5 or 6 hours later, I couldn't message them. So now we're outside, and at certain points, we're all feeling dizzy again randomly. It was the aftershocks because the ground is literally moving, and it's making you dizzy. That's what happens, now I know after an earthquake. And I had been in one earthquake before in 1999 in Istanbul. There was a really bad earthquake in Gölcük in Turkey, and it affected all of Istanbul as well. But I remember us evacuating at night. I was like 4 years old. So I only remember like a few things here and there, like a few images in my head, but I don't remember the fear. I don't remember the uncertainty. I don't remember, you know, any of that. So the next 5 hours, we're kind of waiting. We're like, okay, is the building damaged? Like, what's happening with other buildings? The traffic is getting worse. Like, are there any fatalities, any injuries? What's happening? Like, and like, of course, there is misinformation spreading across social medias as well, and everyone's talking about it. And there's hundreds of people downstairs, all kind of waiting. Some have their phones on them, some don't. Some had the wherewithal and the idea to kind of record, like to kind of bring their uh, possessions with them as they went down. I didn't. I just was like, I'm not gonna risk my life over a phone or a wallet. I was like, I would do it again. Like, I would run out of here again barefoot without a phone, because like I would have had to walk from back there back to here and then back there again as the entire place was shaking. And that wouldn't have been a smart move to do. I think I still have a little bit of I guess, like, for lack of a better word, PTSD from what happened. Like, for example, I'm keeping this bottle around now, so it's an eye vision of me. So if it's moving at any point when my curtains are closed, I know something is wrong. But if it's still like this, you know, if it's still, we're okay. That means there isn't an earthquake happening, because at random times I'll feel dizzy. And I think it's a placebo, but, you know, hopefully it goes away soon. And earlier today, we again actually had to evacuate the building. Yeah, for about an hour, because an aftershock happened last night. And I guess they decided a full 12 hours later to evacuate the building and do some checks. I mean, everything was good, thankfully, but, you know, that came out of nowhere again. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, again, like, the alarms were sounding. It wasn't shaking this time, but I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, here we go again. You know, it was... I didn't really have time to be scared when the earthquake really hit, because I didn't really have time to feel anything. I was just running out, you know? But I remember now, looking back, I was just so helpless, because what can you do in that situation? You can't do anything. All you can do is just run and hope you make it. You know, fight or flight, and you can't fight against an earthquake. So you got to run. And thankfully nothing happened. And again, a huge, huge credit to the civil engineers, the architects, and the builders who built Bangkok and built the buildings here, because this city is standing, man. I mean, every building here was shaking like crazy. And I spoke to many people, like, I'm talking like dozens of people downstairs when, you know, we were all down there, because we had nothing else to do but talk. And there were people in their 50s, 60s, 70s telling me they lived in Bangkok their whole lives and never once felt an earthquake until today. So they were absolutely flabbergasted as to what happened. That's how rare earthquakes here are. And the builders here still had the wherewithal to make buildings earthquake resistant. And that is amazing. Thank you to those people. And of course, there is still people trapped under the one building that was under construction that did fall. And all the rescue efforts here are targeted towards them now, which is, I guess, the silver lining, because only one building collapsed, all the first responders and paramedics and everything else can target that building and save as many people as they can. I know the death toll in Myanmar right now is about 1,700, which is horrible. I mean, like, earthquakes, I mean, they literally move the ground. And, you know, I'm praying for those people. I hope the rescue efforts there turn up more survivors. And, you know, it was just an experience that, you know, literally one moment I was sitting here, right here, just, you know, going about my day. Next moment, I was running for my life. And I thought, you know, this might be it here. So life became more precious. Like, it really did. I'm like, you know, it can be over like that. So yeah, it was a some weird time. And then when I got back to my apartment, I immediately messaged my mom as to what happened, and she had just woken up. So she saw my message and then checked the news, and she was obviously really worried. And my sisters messaged me, because at this point everybody was kind of like reading the news and seeing what happened. Like, we haven't heard from him yet. So yeah, it was luckily, it was dealt with very quick. But yeah, it was just a situation that I honestly hope nobody has to ever live through, because man, it was crazy. It was damn, son. Like, yeah. See, again, I just thought the water in the bottle was shaking now. That's what I'm saying. Like, just, I'm still not fully over it mentally yet, man. Yeah. Let me check these chats real quick. Okay. Thank you, 1 minute man. Appreciate your support, man. And the login 8,000. The strongest earthquake ever recorded was in Chile in 1960. It was a 9.4. Damn, man, that's crazy. That's actually, damn. I know anything over a 10. I don't think there ever was a 10. But if it's over a 10, it literally just destroys everything. Like, we're talking completely flat ground and nothing. But yeah, I mean, yeah. And Eid Mubarak to everybody celebrating. It is Eid right now, so I hope you guys are eating well. You guys are drinking well. Not alcohol, obviously, because it's haram. But yeah. Yeah, that's what's been happening with me anyway. And yesterday, I decided to get away from the city a little bit. So I went to this place called Lopburi, which is the monkey city. Yeah, about an hour outside, hour and a half outside of Bangkok. And yeah, it's literally got monkeys running around the city. A lot of shops there, they have steel cage doors, because otherwise the monkeys get inside. Yeah, it's insane, man. There's still so many different things to do here, and I haven't done them all yet. I was supposed to go to Muay Thai right now, but I'm just not feeling it today, man. Yeah. I'm like, whatever, I'll chill today. I'll do a live stream, maybe go to a sauna afterwards, recover, rehydrate. Then hopefully I'll go tomorrow. Yeah. Not so they're not chimpanzees running around. They're macaques. Yeah, so they're about maybe 1.5 to 2 times the size of a house cat. Yeah, and there's like dozens of them just running around on rooftops. Yeah, dude, it's weird. Thank you, Eric Cartman. Good man. Yeah, the tsunami that happened, the tsunami in 2004, I believe that is maybe the number 2 or number 3 deadliest natural disaster of all time that ever happened, because that was, I believe, an underwater earthquake off the Indonesian coast. And then the tsunamis, hit the shores of Thailand. India got it really bad. Sri Lanka got it really bad. Yeah. Yeah, geckos are normal here. Geckos are just on the wall. Like you'll be walking in Bangkok and you'll see geckos everywhere. Like it's normal at this point. They're not really, they're just they keep themselves most of the time. You see giant cockroaches too. I'm talking like bigger than my thumb. And I got big thumbs. So they don't joke around here, man. There are beautiful creeks with koi fish in it. Yes. Yes. Akarsh. Geckos. I'm glad you like the geckos, man. I like how there's people trying to, somehow correlate and associate the earthquake that happened with something to do with governments. I'm sure they're related. Yeah. How is Bangkok compared to Toronto? I mean, you can't really compare an F1 car to, like a drawing of a car you made on a notebook, can you? Yeah. So I guess that's the best thing I can say. It's worlds difference. Yeah. Like I always say, like in Toronto, there isn't enough things to do. In Bangkok, there is too much to do. The weather here is perfect year round. The people in Bangkok are awesome. There's no, people don't really care about the bullshit social commentary or political commentary that everyone's always thinking about in Toronto. Here, they just kind of live their lives. They don't wear the stress of their day on their face. They're not cold. The dating scene here is amazing. I mean, Toronto on its best day couldn't compete with Bangkok on its worst day. Yeah. And it's so much cheaper here. Like much cheaper, which is awesome. Yeah. Lincoln Park, bro. Lincoln Park. Yeah, I'm just blessed, bro. I'm blessed to be living in Bangkok. Like, I think this is genuine. I genuinely think this is right now the best big city in the world. And that's not just like a biased thing I'm saying. It's probably true. For this reason, I mean, if you take all the big cities, I'm talking like the giant mega cities like New York, Tokyo, London, Bangkok, Shanghai, Kuala Lumpur, Moscow, like cities like Mexico City, like cities at that level of like just big cities. Bangkok is the cheapest out of all of them. It's got the best weather year round. Geographically speaking, it's in the best place because you can take a flight, one flight, you can go to Africa, anywhere in Asia, anywhere in Australia and Oceania, and anywhere in Europe. With one flight, you're there. And there's also just so much to do here. Like this, and it's very modern here as well. Like it's not an old city. I mean, there is an older part of the city, but this is a very modern place with skyscrapers, amazing malls. So my definition of the word mall has changed, by the way, because, I kind of grew up with the idea that malls are just shopping centers, like Eaton Center in Toronto or Vaughan Mills in Toronto, or pretty much any mall in America. They're just shopping centers. That's all they are. That's pretty much all they are. You can go shopping, you can go to the food court. That's about it. Here, malls are entertainment complexes. I mean, you can go shopping. Many of them are 8 to 9 floors, very, very big. And in addition to having so many more food options than any malls back home do, there's also so many different entertainment places. Like there's video game arcades, there are photo shoot places, there are VR arcades, there are art galleries, there are interactive studio spaces, there are stages where they host different shows every day. There are they hold concerts in these malls. There are people who run around in costumes and just like take photos with people or entertain others on the regular. There are sporting events you can go to inside the malls. It's normal here. Or there's also outdoor installations, like there's outdoor fountains, there's like mirror halls. The list goes on and on. So, yeah. I mean, people always say, dude, why do you glaze Bangkok so much? Why do you glaze Thailand so much? I'm like, bro, all you got to do is come here, and you're going to be glazing it more than I do. It's the truth. Like, this place is the best. Yeah. Yeah, the aquarium in Siam Paragon, bro. And again, there's an aquarium in the mall. I absolutely would go to Lao. Definitely. I'm going to get there. Skyscrapers in malls that can collapse anytime. That's why none of them collapsed. Yeah, bud. Congratulations for finishing your international baccalaureate program, what you want to call. Yeah. Yeah, so Cosmin, you're right. Yeah, the shed. I think actually the shed is over now because it has been getting a bit fuller here. It was a little worse maybe like a week ago. It's finally getting growing out again. So hopefully in a few weeks' time it'll be looking much more normal. And we wait. Yeah. We wait. I will say having a hairline is nice. I own a comb now. I also own a hair dryer. Yeah. So, Liam, you're absolutely right. Money goes so far here, but it is definitely possible to go broke too because you can, spend money like no tomorrow. Like, I feel like anyone who really comes here has that phase, including myself, where you just go and you carelessly spend money. And luckily, mine didn't last. Like, mine was like a month in that phase, when like my first month here. But then I'm like, okay, like we got to slow it down because, yeah, you don't want to just, be like, fuck, like I just spent like 10 grand a month here in Bangkok. Like, doing what, man? 10 grand a month. Like, do you know how fucking crazy you got to go to spend 10 grand a month here? I mean, you got to have the craziest month of your life. Don't you guys love Polyphia? It's fantastic. Polyphia is great, bro. Polyphia, bro. You guys like my new teeth? Well, it's still my old teeth, but it's much more aligned now. Thanks to Invisalign and Dr. Peck. It's great. I should be getting my new teeth hopefully in the next 1 to 2 months. Yeah. We will be good. You're officially part of the Bald Hair Club. Let's go. Yeah, bro. Enjoy your stay. I built a home there in 3 years in the Bald Hair Club. It's still there. I can go back to it whenever I want. The best mall in Bangkok? I think One Bangkok is the best one. It's the newest one. It's fantastic. What else? M-Sphere is very nice. What else? I mean, Siam Paragon, can't go wrong with that, obviously. Yeah, it is almost Songkran, bro. I'm excited for that. Thai New Year is in about 2 weeks. I don't like Terminal 21 all that much, to be honest. Maybe it's because I've been there a lot. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just, I think it's, I mean, to be fair, it's a nice mall. It's a very nice, I mean, if you put Terminal 21 inside of North America, it would become one of the best malls there. And it just shows you how good the malls here really are. Like, to say that Terminal 21 is bad, that's how good the other malls are. Yeah. Would I ever move to Vietnam? Potentially. Who knows? Potentially. Vietnam is awesome, bro. Vietnam is, like, I think, very underrated. It's very cheap there. Very cheap. Cheaper than Thailand. And I would love to go back there. Yeah. I'm still editing my India travel videos. Of course, I'm getting a lot of hate for those videos too, because, you know, dude, just, you know, the way it works now is, you know, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you're going to get hate for traveling videos because, you know, I don't know why. Like, I'm not trying to understand why. It's just, yeah, people feel one way about certain topics. And when you ruin the mirage that they have gaslighted themselves into, you become the bad guy. Yeah, because reality hurts them. So, yeah. Yo, by the way, so Speed, good for Speed. Like, you know, he's actually going and he's showing what life in places like is really like. And, you know, he's been getting praise from the Chinese community as well as from some Chinese officials for actually going to China and showing how awesome China really is. Because, There's like a belief in the Western world that China, is still like the China of the 1980s. It's not. It's yeah, dude. They've already surpassed America and Canada and Europe in pretty much everything at this point. Yeah, like standards of living, human rights. I mean, all the shit you hear about China in the Western world is all negative. It's because, they don't want to ruin the mirage they have made about China, because it's not in their benefit to show the people who live in the Western world what China is really like. Because, I mean, while the Western world was arguing about how many genders there are, they were so caught up in their, social commentary. They were, debating whether or not abortion should have been legal for the last 50 years. China caught up and it surpassed them. Yeah. And it's going to become even more evident in the next 5-10 years because, China is actually investing back into their people, back into their infrastructure by getting ready for the future. And they built trains that travel at 250 kilometers an hour. I don't know how many miles is that? Like 130 miles, 120 miles an hour. Like that's how fast those trains go. And, these trains connect city to city. Like it makes city to city travel is very easy in China. There is very few domestic flights in China compared to in America because they don't need planes. They can just take trains. Trains are, go through city to city very quickly, saves them money on gas because planes, drink gas like crazy. And, it's much cheaper to go via a train than it is via a plane. So, yeah, and I'm not sure if they're bigger than America or America is bigger than them. You guys hear that? I hear an alarm. 1 second. Oh, it just stops. Okay. Everything seems to be okay. All right, back to it. Yeah. Here's a fact for you guys. In the year 2022, China used the same amount of concrete that America used from 1900 to 1999. China used that in 1 year. That's how quickly they're building, man, and getting ready. Yeah. You prefer Suvarnabhumi over Don Muang. Of course, bro. It's great. You know what else, dude? Like, just the last few weeks, I've been having these thoughts about politics, and now the last few days, it's been confirmed. Like, now I am trying my absolute hardest to avoid anything political in my life. I'm trying to avoid political discussions. I'm trying to avoid political, social media or political media because it just kind of, I guess, like, it kind of just like dawned on me now. I mean, because I've always loved politics. Like, I studied politics in school. I got a degree in political science. It's such bullshit. And it's always been bullshit. And it continues to be even stupider bullshit. I'm tired of it, man. Like, it's like, instead of actually trying to solve problems, like political coverage, at least nowadays, or political, yeah, pretty much political coverage of any kind is complete and utter bullshit. Like, instead of talking about what they're actually doing, everyone's talking about what's going to get the most clicks. Like, now, I think yesterday was like it was all over Twitter. It's like, oh, Trump might run again for a third term. I'm like, why are you guys even talking about this? Like, the guy just got in like 2 months ago. Like, why are you talking about his third term? Why don't you talk about, like, you know, talk about economic policies, like talk about what it means for the people. You know, that's what's important, but no. Like in Canada now, it's, you know, Trudeau's gone, and, you know, this next guy they brought in, Mark Carney, all of a sudden, the polls are dead even. I'm like, you guys forget what happened like that quickly, really, huh? Like, damn. And it's just, I mean, it's one of those topics that everyone is an expert in. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion because, you know, it's politics. But it's just such bullshits. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking stupid. And no matter what you do, you're going to be a villain. Because, you know, no one... Yeah, like, it's just... no one cares about a good politician. Yeah, you don't matter if you're a good politician. Villains are, you know, what get the clicks. Yeah. See, even now in the chat, like, there is some... I see some dumb comments, like, just... You know, like, they just... This just confirms exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah. People only care about the stirring the pot element of politics. They don't care about actually, you know, progressing or improving things. And, again, while you're so caught up in stirring the pot politics, China has surpassed you. So, yeah. Like, it's just, you know, I have finite headspace. Again, the earthquake, I guess move the veil more out of my eyes. I don't want to concern myself with bullshits. And politics is bullshit. I have not been to the UAE yet, but I will soon. Hopefully. Yeah, boy. That's great. Damn, I really need a haircut, man. I need a haircut. What do you think on America's clowning of Canada? Listen, I got the Canadian flag on my wall. I'm a Canadian citizen. I love Canada. But Trump's not wrong. I mean, when you look at it from a purely factual basis, yeah, we as a country, as Canada, we rely on America far, far more than they rely on us. And that's a fact. So, and unless we can, you know, like, so I guess, like, he's like, yo, you got to give us something in return. And that's how politics works, man. It's like, this is not a nice world. You know, like, I forget all the media articles you read. Forget all the, you know, clickbait, short vertical videos you see. Politics is a dark world, bro. I mean, it's all business. It's all about, you know, every country's a business. And in business, it's about, what do you do for me? And I'm going to do something for you. And, yeah. Also, like when, Trump was talking all that shit to Canada, like Trudeau was saying nothing, right? And yeah, I don't know. Like, let's see what happens. I mean, like there are, 35 million people in Canada. It's a lot of people there. So let's see what the future holds, because clearly America and Canada, their relationship is no longer the same. And I think, we got to find a way to work together. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, I am a full supporter, like 100%. There has to be some sort of economic union between America and Canada. I don't know why there isn't already. Like, that is actually really stupid that there isn't. I mean, Australia and New Zealand has one. Like, why don't we have one? If we're the, like the greatest partnership in the history of the world, why don't we have an economic partnership as well? Like, why can't I, as a Canadian, go live in America? Like, Europeans can go live in anywhere in Europe. Like, why can't an American go live in Canada? I'm not talking about like becoming like a state, but why can't we, why don't we already have that? That's dumb. But again, common sense isn't so common in the world of politics. Yeah, see, I didn't say Canada should be the 51st state. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's just, again, I don't think Canadians want it either, because, and see, it's what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's got an opinion on this, and people don't really care about if it's going to make their lives better. Everybody just wants to be right. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know, man. Again, I don't live there anymore, so it's not my problem. Like, whatever happens, it's not going to affect me. I'm going to just watch from the sidelines. Uh, I'm just like waiting for like a good, question or a good topic in the chat. Thank you. Fendel? Fendel? Yeah. Good man. Fendal. Okay, Fendal. That's the one. What countries are on my bucket list? China, for sure. Japan, for sure. And Mexico. Yeah. I really want to go to Mexico, bro. Never been. I knew some Mexican people when I was living in Texas. Awesome people. Like, really, really cool people. Lots of culture there. Yeah. Definitely want to see Mexico. I got to go to China because, It's the new world superpower. Japan. I just always wanted to go to Japan also. Japan is very technologically advanced. Gotta see it, bruv. Bro, Mexican food will set your ass on fire. Probably. But remember, you know, I'm not your average Joe. Like I'm a very international person. Like I've eaten a lot of different spicy foods, and I eat it on a regular basis too. Like Thai food is, they love their spicier, man. They don't play around when it comes to spicy food here. Abroad in Japan. Yeah, North Korea. Let's go to North Korea, guys. It's fantastic. North Korea. It's a great welcoming place. Awesome. Can I hold a meet and greet in Bangkok? Maybe. Not anytime soon, though. I just want to travel more, man. Honestly, I just want to... The more solo traveling I do, the more I want to do it. You know, I've just been... Like before, I used to think a lot about, you know, world stories or interesting things I could make into a short video. Now, I just think about where I can go, what I can do there, but also the video I can make when I go somewhere, and how I can make the thumbnail and title of that video interesting for someone to click on so it feels like they're getting value from it. And it's a whole different ball game than anything I've done before on YouTube. Because, I mean, compared to short video making, long video making is just, I mean, man, like, I thought it was hard before. Now I'm like, okay, this is actual proper difficulty here. Yeah. Because, you know, like when I was making short videos, I was making like 2 to 3 per day. So let's say I make one bad video. Oh, no problem. I got 2 more coming out today. No problem at all. You make a one bad, you know, long form travel video, you got to travel all over again, you know, and like maybe refilm it. Or maybe the content's not good. Or maybe like there's no story there. Maybe the intro isn't good, so everyone clicks off. Maybe the title wasn't good. Maybe the click-through rate is really good, but the video itself was not good, so it doesn't matter. Or maybe the video itself is good, the watch time is high, but the click-through rate is so low because the thumbnail or title is just not good. So you gotta, there's a lot of different moving parts. There's a lot more moving parts to long-form videos. Yeah. But it's fantastic, and I am really enjoying it because, I mean, making videos about my experiences is the icing on the cake. Like, the real joy is going to these places and traveling to them. I mean, at this point, I am so well traveled, not just internationally, but also within countries. Like, I've been to so many places in Thailand already. I've been all over America. I've been all over Canada. And I'm going to keep doing that. And it's awesome, bro. Like, it's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. Of course, the lows are also very low, but that's the price you got to pay. Because the thing with solo traveling, it's usually solo. It's only you. So sometimes I travel with a group or with somebody else, and that's like a whole different experience altogether. You go sometimes, you get sick. It happens. Or you go somewhere, you know, you lose something, or you realize you forgot to bring something you really needed. Or maybe, you know, things aren't going to get done on time. You know, like you don't feel it today. Like those things happen too. And that's part of the experience. And I would much rather be thinking about those problems as opposed to any other professional problem that I could have at the moment. Yeah, which is fantastic. Would have never said you're a Turk. I get that, like, trust me, I've heard that probably 1,000 times at this point throughout my whole entire life. Nobody believes I'm Turkish. Ama Türk'üm lan. Türk bayrağım var kardeş. You should go to North Sentinel Island. Maybe. Yeah. I might go to North Sentinel Island. If I have a helicopter, maybe. Otherwise, probably not. Would I go to Deutschland? Yeah, definitely. I've met, something I realized after moving to Thailand is, because in Canada, we have people from every country. I don't remember meeting any Germans in Canada. They just don't. They just don't live in Canada for like they just like didn't immigrate there. There's a lot of Germans in Thailand though, and man, German, like from what I've seen so far, like I'm meeting a lot more people from a lot more different countries, and of course, when you do that, you kind of say, okay, certain nationalities are more likely to do certain things. Germans love to talk, yeah, and they love to have small talk. They love to hold conversations unnaturally long. I'm like, like it's just. I'm guessing it's their culture, like I know like the German language is very logical. Yeah, like even the German people I met in Vietnam, it was like, bro, like you just don't stop talking, like damn. And they're not really, they're just like talking at like a normal speed, not trying to entertain like an American would when they talk. It's kind of different. French people, they talk very fast. And they talk like in a lot more of a demand. Like it sounds like a lot more demanding when you hear them talk. Yeah, it's also like I got a friend. He's from Boston, and he's like super into linguistics. This guy, and he's I've had hours long conversations like with him about these because he tells me about like how the importance of language, how certain languages shape the way people think. And it's very true because, like, the way languages are, the way you say the words, the way you elevate consonants or vowels, or you emphasize certain parts of a sentence, like in the beginning or at the end of a word, it changes the way you think because it's the way you get raised from a very young age. It's all you know how to talk. Like, for example, in Russian, there's no word for conspiracy, where the government can actually be conspiring against their own citizens. It doesn't exist in Russian. That's just the way it is. I couldn't tell you exactly why, but that is how it goes. American English, for example, it's the harshest of all the other English-speaking countries because they love to emphasize uh, the the last consonant of any word. Like just now, the word word. Like, for example, Thai people, they have a hard time saying the hard consonant at the end of a word because in Thai, they don't have that. In Thai, you always end words not with usually not with consonants. You usually end them with vowels. So it sounds more polite when you speak. And it's just so when you talk like that in your everyday life, you become naturally a more polite person, which is why Thai people are so polite because they're always ending words with vowels, and there's no word for please in Thai because they add a word to every sentence that essentially means please. It's just the way different, the way people think. Yeah, it changes. Yeah, they can't pronounce R and L. You are very right. Yes. Yeah. It's just the way it goes, bro. Yeah, there's no P in the Arabic. Yeah, it's B, like Baber. Bring me some Baber, brother. Baber. Like I have a hard time, for example, adjusting to the tones that they use here because in Thai there's 5 tones, right? There is the mid tone, high tone, low tone, there's rising tone, and then there is a falling tone. So, and every which way you say it changes the meaning of a word. Like the word kai and the word kai, I think one means egg and one means chicken. Yeah. It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Which came first, the kai or the kai? Like, you got to hear the difference, you know? So, yeah. And then there's 3 other tones. Like, there's, so, kai, 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 kai. And, yeah, they all mean different things. And then you got to hear it because they're already on the next word before you can even understand what they just said. You like linguistics, Hansington, or you just want me to actually read your comments? How do you say cheese in your language, huh? Tell me. Eid Mubarak, Atif. I've never used smelling salts. Only Thai herbal inhalants because they're fantastic. I think English is so easy to learn because, you know, we don't really have any tones. It's just, English is all like very mid-tone, the words. You know, we don't really use as many different accents in English. It's just very normal, you know. Bro, English is very easy to learn. That's why it's the most spoken language in the world. If it was hard to learn, it wouldn't be the most spoken language. Thank you, Master Kick. Good man. See, again, no matter what I say, there's going to be people disagreeing with it in the chat. It's just 2 + 2 = 4, guys. It's 4. We got any, what was that guy's name? Terrence Howard fans in here? See? See? And then y'all complain about how, you know, just y'all complain. My thoughts on Mark Carney. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Like, our current prime minister in Canada, he can't attend parliamentary meetings because he was never elected as a member of parliament. He was literally handed the prime ministry. So he can't be in the room when the lawmakers are making laws. How wild is that? That's fucking crazy, bro. God, fucking politics. Like, imagine if, like, you know, like if Trump couldn't be in the House of Representatives or the Congress place at any point. Like, if he couldn't just go to meetings there. That'd be the weirdest thing ever. Just sacrifice your dinner. Sacrifice your dinner. I don't know what that means, but okay. And I hope you're doing well. Yes, sir. We are great. Thank you, Crix. Good man. Dude, the whole Tesla destruction, again, it's so fucking dumb. Like, do you really not have anything better to do than to go and destroy cars? Like, you're committing crimes, like you're being a vandal. And there's a microscope on this now. Like, if you just like this guy, Elon and Trump are boys. Like, if you destroy Teslas, they're gonna prosecute you and they're gonna make an example out of you. But then again, there are some really, really, really dumb motherfuckers out there. There really are. Like, they would destroy a car and spend 20 years in prison. Like, why, bro? Just like, I feel bad for people who think like that. I really do. I wish they would go and, spend their time doing something more meaningful instead of trying to destroy a car just because they feel like it's going to send a political message. Like, it's dumb, man. Like, it makes no sense. But I think it was Einstein who said it. What was it? There is two things that are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Again, Americans are too busy fighting amongst themselves to realize that their outside competition has already surpassed them. Same with Canadians too. Like, we also are on the same boat. Yeah. Like, we're too busy making enemies out of each other for completely bullshit reasons that we fell behind. And, that's what happens, unfortunately. Would I visit Madagascar? Yeah, bro. Why not? Although I think the first African country I want to go to, maybe South Africa. I'd like to go there. Maybe Kenya would be nice. You think Canadians barely complain about politics? See, I would say the opposite. Is Thailand ever cold? So, a few months ago, I remember it was 22 degrees Celsius, which is, how many Fahrenheit is that? Let me see real quick. Uh, yeah, it was 71 degrees Fahrenheit a few months ago. And I remember many of my Thai friends were posting Instagram stories of the weather, being like, oh my God, it's so cold today. I can't go outside today because it's so cold. My legs are freezing. I got to wear a long sleeve shirt today because it's so cold. 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh God, it's winter. Winter is coming. It's here. So that's how cold it gets here in Thailand. Dude, again, like, oh God, there's more politics arguing again. See, again, y'all just can't stop fighting amongst yourselves, man. It's sad. It's the new kind of civil war, I guess. without actual warfare or actual damage. It's a purely psychological civil war. Yeah. I will say though, like if you meet people in real life, they're always much, much cooler than what you think they're gonna be like online. Yeah. Like whenever I've gone to America and I've actually spent time in person there, always been a fantastic time. No matter which city I've been to, I've never had a bad experience going to America. It's always fantastic. The people are always dope as fuck. Yeah, it's great. Like whether it's with Democrats or Republicans, in real life, people are fucking awesome. Unfortunately, prejudice gets in the way before the people can actually realize how awesome they really are. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I've been to DC probably more times than any other American city. Yeah. I think I've been there like 6 times in my life. Because I have an uncle who lives, well, he lived in DC for a long time. Now he's in Baltimore. So, yeah. I love DC, bro. DC is awesome. Like, I've always enjoyed going there. Like, there's a lot of things to do there, and you get to see how awesome America and American history really is. Because all the malls there are, sorry, the malls. The mall there, which is the place where they have all the museums, they're all free to enter. Like the Museum of Air and Space is amazing. The Lincoln Memorial is right there. You can ride a bike along all these monuments you see on American dollar bills, which is awesome. It's a fantastic experience. There's like 15 other museums there. Yeah. You're going to LA. I never been to LA, so I can't give you any tips on Los Angeles, brother. But I'm sure you're gonna have a good time. Yeah. Have you ever ran into a man in a Thai club? I'm guessing you mean like, have I ever ran into like a lady boy? Yeah, there. I would say if you go out at night, like, that whole lady boy industry, it's most prevalent in nightlife because that's how they make a lot of their money. Like, there are a lot of them who are sex workers, but I will say this: if you get with, like, if you hook up with a lady boy, it's most definitely your fault. Yeah. Because you can almost always tell very quickly whether or not, they're a natural born female or if they were born a male. And if you can't tell, it means you're either too drunk, too drugged up, or just don't care. So it's if it happens to you, it's probably your fault. Yeah. No, you can't tell by their eyes. What? I've never heard that before. No. If you can't tell by their face, there's two dead giveaways. Two very clear giveaways. Their hands and their feet. Yeah, they can't change that. That's gonna be, or their forearms too. Like their forearms, if it's like very muscular or like very toned forearms, they probably were born a guy. Or they still are a guy and are dressed up like a woman. So yeah, if you can't tell that, it's your fault. Yeah. Honestly, it's very sad that whole transgender ladyboy thing is what a lot of people know Thailand for, because like it's the equivalent of a foreigner knowing America only for school shootings and nothing else. Because, like, there is so much more to America and Thailand other than those two stereotypes. Yeah, it's very sad. Because they deny themselves, you know, the joy of learning something new, or the joy of experiencing something they never actually did before, because they're stuck on a stereotype. You got a question about hair transplants. Why do a lot of people still have bigger foreheads after a transplant? Why not a better hairline? That's actually a good question. That's a question I talked to my friend about too after it happened. So you can see my hairline is now here, right? Now, when the shedding is stopped here and like when the parts here grow back again, you're going to see it's going to start right about here. But, you know, when I was younger, I'm talking like when I was a teenager, early 20s, my hairline was about here. Like I had a very small forehead when I was younger. So, you know, you're asking why don't they just like put more hair down to here and make the forehead smaller? So the reason is because, well, actually a couple of reasons. One, as you get older, your forehead size naturally grows. That's just how you naturally age. And if you make your forehead, like, it is possible to do that. You absolutely can. Talk to the doctor, pay more, and they can like make it smaller. But then it's gonna look weird because, you know, usually very young people, I'm talking like teens and people in their early 20s, have foreheads that are very small. So if you're like 30, 40, 50 years old and you got like a very small forehead, it's gonna look weird. And number two, as you age, I was saying before, you lose hair. That's just the way it goes again. So you're going to keep losing hair probably at a slower rate than before because you're going to have a transplant. You're going to be taking finasteride, taking minoxidil to strengthen your hair follicles, but you still will lose hair. So if all the transplanted hair is here like this and you lose hair that's already, you know, because the transplanted hair, it's not going to fall off. It's the hair that wasn't transplanted is what's going to fall off. You start to lose hair from here, from the insides, it's again going to look weird in a few years. That's why. So to make sure you get only one transplant in your life and not more than one, they kind of give you a like a more mature hairline, because it's got to be a hairline that can look normal when you're 30 and when you're 50 or 60. So that's why. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not a guy because all the guys in my family started balding at like 30. I started balding when I was like 23. So, yeah. Actually, 30 is a pretty late age to bald, I would say. Like most of my friends, they start to bald like in their early to mid 20s. It happens to most guys. It's the way it goes. Yeah, but luckily now we can get a hair transplant. Again, guys, Hair Smith Clinic in Bangkok. Ask for Dr. Prima. Yeah. Best, you know, decision you might make when it comes to your hair is to go to Hair Smith Clinic in Bangkok. I thought you said you wanted to be bald and now you want to get a hair transplant. I did want to be bald and I was bald for 3 years. And not I want to get a hair transplant. I did get a hair transplant. Yes, bud. It didn't hurt at all. But again, that's because Hair Smith Clinic was so good at what they were doing, it didn't hurt even a little bit. Like they were working like clockwork, bro. There was like 9 people working on me like throughout the surgery. They all had very specific tasks, and they were like they were just like boom, 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 like very quick. Ooh, you're gonna see Metallica. Nice, nice, bro. It's fantastic. Great, great live show. If a person travels here for a hair transplant, will it affect their passport process customs? Probably not. I mean, I'm gonna just guess you're American or Canadian, and in which case you can come to Thailand visa free. Just say you're here for traveling, and they will let you in. Yeah, that's it. Just here for traveling. Boom. Okay. They sent your passport, say you got to leave in 30 days, and you can do whatever you want in that 30 days time. So, yeah. Also, I would advise people here. Like, I was talking to again to a friend of mine who's balding about this because he wants a transplant too, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go when I'm like in my 30s." I'm like, "Bro, you're 26 right now. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, the quicker you get a hair transplant, the better it is. Like, why would you wait? Because if you get one in your 30s or 40s, at that point you're gonna have white hairs and gray hairs. So you should get one as early as I would say, like probably in your mid 20s. If you're balding that much, you should go and get one because you're gonna keep losing it anyway. So may as well stop the bleeding, get a new hairline, and start taking finasteride to actually strengthen your remaining hair follicles. Because, I mean, it's something you do once in your life. You do it properly, and you're good to go. So why, do it when you're younger. Get your hair transplant in your mid to late 20s if you can. Yeah. Outside of America, Turkey or Thailand, I would say, are the two best ones. I mean, Turkey is historically the best, but Thailand is now a very close second. They become a very close second. Not only because it's also affordable, but also they have very, very good doctors here for hair transplants, like Dr. Prima at Hairsmith Clinic, which is the one I went to. Yeah. The first life changing thing I did when I turned 18. I don't even remember. Bro, honestly, I wasted my 18th year. That's sad. Like I wasted it playing video games. Like my first year in university. Yeah. Sad really. But then I mean, I made up for it in the next few years when I turned 19. I just, I became like a social animal. But, my 18th year on the planet, I literally was just throwing my time away in front of a screen and doing nothing else. Sad. honestly, man, I'm very happy I no longer enjoy video games. It's good. Because it literally is a waste of time. I mean, at least that's what I think. I think there are such better ways to spend your time instead of burning it in front of a screen. If you're making money doing it, then yeah, that's different. But like most people who play video games don't make money from it. And yeah, like you're literally I mean, I've been a gamer since I was like very young. I think since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like, I would play on a computer. Like my mouse had a ball under it, like one of those old school mouses, like for computers. When I'd play Age of Empires on the computer or Need for Speed, and I just never really stopped until pretty much until I left Canada. Yeah. Yeah, around I think the last game, like I sat down and like finished like beginning to end. Like the last new game was God of War Ragnarok. Yeah. I did finish South Park. I think the Fractured Butthole, that game, yeah. But that game I finished that in like a few months time. But God of War Ragnarok, I actually finished it like I think like in like a week or two. So that was I think late 2022 was or like early 2023 was when that came out, and I was like, it's just not fun anymore. I'd play Rocket League every now and then, but yeah, it's just boring, man. Like there is more interesting things to do, I think, than play video games. It's an escape, is what it is. Like it's an escape from the world when you play a video game. You just, you have nothing to do, or maybe you just don't want to do anything. All right, it's an easy way to kill a few hours. Video game. Yeah. Now, I don't have anything against people who play games, by the way. I mean, do what you want. Dude, it's your life. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, spend your life any way you want to spend it. I just, I find life more interesting outside of a screen, personally. But yeah. My favorite memory in Turkey. I can't choose one, bro. Like, favorite memory in Turkey. I think when I was with my friends and like we had iftar together in grade 11 at one point, and then we like spent the whole night just, chilling, hanging out. We went for a swim at nighttime in the sea. Yeah, like in that dirty, disgusting Istanbul Marmara sea water at nighttime. It's fun now to, talk about it and like look back, but yeah. I don't play any games right now, bro. I don't own a game system. Like, nothing. I remember when I played Elden Ring, I really felt like that was probably the peak video game experience of my life. Like, it just, after that, it just didn't feel the same again. Yeah. I can vote from an embassy here, from the Canadian embassy in Bangkok. I don't gotta fly to Canada to vote, bro. That'd be dumb. I'm turning 30 in 2 months, man. Damn, my 20s are gonna be over soon, hopefully, and we get to enter the prime time, baby. Let's go. You know, when I was 24, I made a plan that I'm going to celebrate my 30th birthday in Bali. I was going to rent a mansion, invite some of my friends over, like from, all over the world, be like, yo, come here to Bali. I rented a mansion. We're just going to party. We're going to go crazy for like a week or 10 days straight. And after messaging my friends, I was like, I don't know if I want to spend my 30th birthday partying. No, like, I don't want to. Like, the 24-year-old me wanted that, but the 29-year-old me doesn't want that anymore. I'm like, I would actually much rather go to Vietnam and, spend a week riding a motorcycle among the mountains and just kind of adventuring in different places, from city to city, or do the Ha Giang Loop, which is like the holy grail of all motorcycle trails. Like, that sounds like a much more adventurous and fun way for me to spend my 30th birthday than, drinking and partying. Because, yeah. Yeah, bro. That's the plan, probably. Yeah. I'm probably not gonna party on my 30th birthday. I think I've left my partying days behind. Like, I don't, man, when did I last go to a club? I can't even remember. It was more than 3 months ago for sure. Like, maybe I went to the one in M Sphere at some point. There's one called TikTok there. Yeah. But no, it's just, what's that? Andrew Tate had a quote. It's actually so true, by the way. This guy said the only reason guys go to clubs is because there are women there. If the women were in calculus class, all the guys would be taking calculus class. And yeah, he's right. It's why pretty much, like, dudes go to clubs to meet women. And I think, personally speaking, I think a club is probably the absolute worst place to meet a woman. The worst, because it's loud and you're drinking. So, yeah. Like, it kind of kills the human connection vibe you can have. And everyone's got their antenna up, their guards are up. Everyone's looking out for potential creeps, and there are a lot of them. So I think it's the worst place. I think, Andrew Tate was right about that. 100% right. Yeah. Also, in Toronto, oh my God, bro, if you go clubbing in Toronto, like, I've never seen more creepy dudes in my life in a club than in any Toronto club. There are so many creepy dudes. Like, they even creep me out, man. Like, I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, ugh. You met your first 7 wives in nightclubs. Yes. That explains why you got 7 of them. I mean, it's not true, obviously, but it's a good joke either way, brother. Thank you, Master Kirk, Master Kick. Yes. Salute to you, brother. Damn, it's been almost 100 minutes. 96 minutes to be exact. Yeah, Kevin knows, bro. Carson McKenzie said, oh, thank you, Carson, for your support. Carson says, I work at a hospital, and I can't tell you how many people said I was fine till I was not. Enjoy life, because anything can happen. Yeah, bro. Enjoy it all, man. Enjoy every moment. Like, we are fortunate to be alive. Yeah. Is there any chance you being half Turkish by your dad's side? I am fully Turkish on both parents' sides. I even made a short about this. I am 87% Turkish by blood. 87. Yeah. Your birthday's a day after mine in May, eh? Let's go. Gemini. Gemini bros, baby. We see, you know why no one likes Geminis? It's because they're not Geminis. Geminis like Geminis. The rest of the world does not because they wish they were us. Yeah. I'm 15 and I was able to run a very successful YouTube Shorts channel for only 2 months. That's very short, actually. Damn. I haven't uploaded and I think I'm burnt out. My content is easy, but I just can't get myself to do it. Tips with burnout. Burnout's very real, bro. Like, it's something I've experienced a lot myself. It's very real. You got to take some time off sometimes. Like, I never took off more than 3 days, and that was very rare. I would usually take 1 or 2 days off, like when I was making shorts every day, when I was making 2 shorts every day. Also, I think I would suggest you try making maybe long form videos, and you make shorts in addition to your long form, because now that the YouTube short formula is established, the shorts algorithm is kind of bad. It really is, because it prioritizes not creator videos. It prioritizes mainly movie clips or podcast clips or animation stories. Like, I post a video on Instagram, it always does very well, my shorts. On YouTube, it doesn't do as well, even though the watch time hasn't changed. The only difference is that YouTube is no longer recommending my videos on the Shorts tab as much as it used to, which is something I have no control over. Like, the things I control are the watch time, how good I can make my videos. And I'm still very good at that, because it's like, what, 77 to 80% watch time on average for my shorts, which is amazing. And like, if I had 77 to 80% retention on a long form video, I'd be a millionaire, like a multi-millionaire already. So yeah, I'd recommend long form. It's harder, but it's worth it, because there are AI tools you can use to literally just transform clips from long form videos to shorts right away. Like, I used to edit it like little by little, my shorts, like from my long form travel videos to short travel videos. Now I can do it with AI like that. Also, I would say learn AI. Like, I'm using a lot more AI tools myself, bro. AI is amazing. Like, it automates so much. It makes everything so much simpler. And I think, I know AI is the future, bro. Yeah. Gotta learn AI. Carissa Messina. Oh, sent $20. Thank you, Carissa. Hey, sweetheart. Glad you're doing well. Have a great day, darling. Thank you so much, Carissa. You just reminded me of a song, actually, from Rocket League. It's, hey, Carissa. It's a great song. I gotta play it later today on Spotify. Do you know that song, Carissa? You probably do, because I'm sure you've heard of it because of your name before. Any Rocket League players in here know that song? Hey, Carissa. Oh, it's fantastic. Check it out, Carissa. Yeah. I think he wrote that song for you specifically. And thank you, by the way. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well as well, and thank you for your well wishes. Mm. Bangkok might host an F1 race. That'd be awesome, bro. Like I'd love to go to that. I gotta go to the Japan race. When is that even happening? Actually, I forget. Because Singapore is too expensive. It's like worse than New York, bro. That's crazy. Like it's more expensive than New York, which is nuts. Uh, how was my India trip? It was something else, brother. It was very good and very bad. Then very good, then very bad again, and then good and bad and good and bad and good and bad. That's proper India for you. I'm gonna go back, not to Mumbai, because I feel like there isn't much else to do there. I've already done the things to do in Mumbai. Got to go to Delhi. Got to go to Lucknow. Got to go to Calcutta. Got to go to Chennai. Got to go to Kashmir. There's a lot of things to do in India. Oh, Japan GP is this week, eh? I can't go to that then. Looks like we're gonna miss that. I wish I had gone to an F1 event in Montreal. I didn't go to it, man. Damn. I miss Montreal sometimes. Montreal was nice. Ton agier grand-père, l'îlot des fiches latte. I don't know I know some of the words to that song, but Dégénération. You know who I've been watching a lot lately on YouTube? Ichi Boots. Yeah, I think she makes, dude. She's honestly, like, I'm learning a lot from her about how to make bike riding videos better, because that's something I didn't know how to do. But the way she edits her videos, because what she does, if you don't know, is she's uh, a woman from the Netherlands, and she just rides her motorcycle across the world. And right now she's in Saudi, and pretty much all her videos, it's her going from point A to point B in the entire video. And usually more than half of it is just her riding the motorcycle and talking and showing what's around. But it's so entertaining. I'm like, man, like what she's doing, and she doesn't even use subtitles. So, but it's still really cool what she's doing. So, yeah. And she pulls in, like, you know, millions of views per video. Yeah, she's very successful. Ichi Boots. Like, she was in Sierra Leone, and she went to fill up gas, right? And because, like, her motorcycle was like it's custom made. It's got like 2 gas tanks. It's got multiple cameras on it, like an iPad for a GPS. So when she pulls up to this gas station, all the Sierra Leonean locals who are there, they're like, "What is that?" And it's a white woman in Sierra Leone by herself. It's like, what the hell? Like, that's already kind of strange on its own. But then it's like she's on a motorcycle, a custom-made motorcycle with cameras and an iPad on it. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm interested in you. Tell me more about you. And that makes for great content already. So, yeah. How do I send you cheese exactly, dude? Like, you've been near the whole time, like, spamming. So that's actual persistence. This guy just about something about cheese. But I don't know what you want me to say about it, man. I can't compare Thailand to Mexico because I never actually been to Mexico. So yeah. Mm-mm-mm. As for what's next on my travel list, I don't know. Probably somewhere nearby. Probably Cambodia. I think I'm gonna go to Cambodia. Yeah. Bro, I just left India. Let me chill for a little bit. Uh, Eyvallah Fatih. Senin de bayram mübarek olsun. The red dots, I think that's a Hindu thing, right? Like the red dots. It's not a Sikh thing. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I love this thing so much, man. Herbal inhalants. It's great. If they introduced this in Canada, it would single-handedly like stop cocaine addiction of many addicts. And it's completely natural. And it's not harmful. Fantastic. And it costs less than $1 in Thailand. So, and it's sold in 7-Elevens. And it's not a drug. So, yeah. Get this into Canada right away. They have like these exact things, but bigger. I'm talking like this tall. And it's literally this exact like box, but enlarged. And there is like dozens of these little things in that box. And it's fantastic. Oh, yeah. You know something? I can't tell you the last time I saw somebody doing cocaine or I saw a needle on the ground or I saw a druggie like sleeping while standing up or pass out on the ground. I haven't seen them. You know why? They don't exist in, I mean, they exist, sure, but like they don't really exist the way they do back home. Like in Canada, in America, they're in on the streets everywhere. Here, they're not. Like if they're doing it, they're like usually like doing it in private. And I haven't seen a single needle, which is very in a very very long time. I haven't seen a single needle in Thailand. Like in Canada, I was seeing multiple every day whenever I leave my house. Like needles on the ground, you gotta avoid stepping on them. Yeah, like it's nice to not have, drug addicts around when you're walking and going places. Yeah. Ay. Uh, what's the rent now in Toronto for a one-bedroom apartment? Let's see. I listen to Playing God live. No, this isn't Playing God. This is Champagne by Polyphia. What? It's 2,700 right now? No. 2,800, bro. For a one-bedroom apartment in Toronto. 1,800. Damn. So that is the same amount. Oh, wait, how much is my rent? Let me just see how many Canadian dollars it is. I know how many US dollars it is. So 674. So that, damn, bro, that's crazy. So 1 month of rent in downtown Toronto is the same as 4 months of my rent here in central Bangkok. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I would bet that the amenities they get in Toronto are nowhere near as good as the ones we have it here in Bangkok. That is crazy, bro. Damn, bro. That's actually crazy. That's part of the reason I left Canada. It's because there is no rhyme or reason rent should be that expensive in Canada. And it's not like it's much cheaper outside of Toronto either. It's still very expensive pretty much everywhere you go in Canada now. Like at least in America, like if you're in New York, it's expensive. You go to Indiana, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, it's going to be much cheaper. You know, like or Wyoming, you know, Idaho, Montana. I mean, you know, other places like it's going to be much cheaper there. In Canada, you go, oh, you want cheaper rent? You go to Barrie, motherfucker, fuck you. Your rent's like fucking $3,000. Oh, go to Calgary. Now it's fucking like Toronto there, the Calgary prices. You know, it's crazy. Mm. Yeah, why is Canada so unaffordable? Like, explain to me, please, because I still don't know the reason. I mean, there are reasons why, but I mean, I'm more so like, why are the people okay with this? Like, the people are saying, "Oh, you want to increase our rent? Okay, buddy, go ahead." Yeah, it's like they don't want to fight. Like Canadians are so non-confrontational, dude. Like they don't want to cause a problem. They don't want to the point like you can raise their rent by more than 50% in less than a decade, and they will accept it because that's what happened. Yeah. Dude, Canadian healthcare is horrible. Horrible. Like, horrible. Okay. Let's stop talk. Don't. I'm not gonna talk about politics, man. Nah. I already said I wasn't gonna. Talking about economics is the gateway to talking about politics. uh, I'm bored, bro. Mm. Thank you. R1, R2. Yeah, bro. We are staying strong, Fubuki. Doing a lot of Muay Thai in Thailand. It's so fun. I try to like keep this area of my apartment clear, like this like hallway looking thing. Like I usually like move my like clothing stand like around like behind that wall, so I can just like walk from here to there, and just do shadow Muay Thai moves, and then walk back and just keep doing it again. Just like practice more and more because it's so fun, man. I do wanna fight like maybe this year. Like my gym is trying to get me to fight like in May. I'm like I'm not ready, man. Like I don't want to be in a fight yet. You know, it's yeah. So I maybe in August I might be in a Muay Thai fight. Yeah, we'll see. Because it is a very traditional thing. Like Muay Thai here is huge, bro. Huge. And it's awesome. Like there are gyms everywhere. Everybody loves to watch it. Yeah, and it's like they have a lot of like the fighters are very well respected, and it's awesome. Yeah, man, Muay Thai is fantastic. So let's see. I don't think I'll fight in May, but hopefully in August. I nah, because you know you need to. Yeah, you got to prepare well for a fight. Because dude, fighting is especially like fighting like sanctioned fighting. That shit is very dangerous. You know, like and ultimately irresponsible. Like you can break your leg. Like it can happen. You know, you throw a kick, it gets checked, and boom, what then? You know, like yeah. Because I spar pretty much every day in Muay Thai for 3 rounds, and yes, sparring is very fun, but I always keep it light and playful because I want to spar again the next day too. So if we go hard, the next day usually something is hurting, and I can't spar again. So I'm like just light and playful, you know, practice technique, have fun, enjoy it, and then do it again next day. But when you're training, you know, for a fight, it's a little bit different story. Can't be too playful because your opponent's not going to be playing around when you're fighting. Yeah, I am very good with my legs actually. Yes, my right kick is very. It's probably my best weapon. My right roundhouse kick. That's been told to me by my trainers. Like, yeah, so It's very good. My knees and my elbows, though, I don't really use them that much. I need to be better with my knees and elbows. Yeah. It's been 2 hours. You're 5'1" and can lift 55 pounds, and you'll crush me. Damn, bro. I'm gonna go to a sauna. Yeah, I just decided. I'm not really feeling it either, but I'm gonna go. Go to a nice sauna, steam room, cold tub, hot tub combo. Get the recovery things going. Yeah. It'll be nice. Yeah. Sounds good right about now. Oh, also a steam room. There's a pool there. They got some weights. Can get like a nice pump in. Yeah. Now it's playing God. Hey, if I made you yawn, I'm sorry. Happens sometimes. Francophone versus Anglophone Canada. Francophone Canada is better. Absolutely. And I say that as a guy who can't speak French. French Canada is awesome. Yeah. The sights of Western Canada are amazing. Same with like Northern Ontario. So beautiful. Northern Ontario, it's like lakes and valleys and trees. And Western Canada, it's mountains. But French Canada, that's where the culture lives. Yeah, that's where community is. Yeah. Like Montreal is still the best city in Canada, bro. It's like Montreal. Fantastic. Oh, and shout out to MTL Flex TV. They are the best, I would say, the best meme page in Canada, I think at least. Their content, I think, is better than Six Buzz's content, which is the biggest Toronto-based page, and Montreal is in Montreal. I mean, MTL Flex TV is in Montreal. I like their posts better, MTL Flex TV. No matter how many Muay Thai skills you acquire, I can floor you effortlessly with my judo skills. Yes. I'm sure you can. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, most definitely, bro. I can't grapple at all. Yeah, definitely. I've never done any kind of grappling or anything like that in my life before. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Je suis canadienne. Aru. Yes, Kane, I was being sarcastic, brother. But thank you. You know. You know your facts. Good man. You know, like, the more I learn about fighting, like, the more I realize, man, like, the guys who train MMA, I mean, the skills they have is actually, and the amount of work and time they took to acquire their skills is fucking crazy, bro. Like, holy shit. It is nuts because, man, it takes so much time to get good, especially anything involving fighting with so much technique involved and so many moving parts and so much damage as well. Like, it's, man. And how you're supposed to always, like, you're supposed to adjust mid-fight. Like, even, like, the slightest moves can have the biggest impacts in a fight. Like, whether you tilt your head, like whether you, like, tilt your head this way or this way can change everything in, like, in the span of a fight. Yeah. Chi? I've done Tai Chi in Vietnam, and I mean, I also tried doing it here, like on like off like a YouTube video. And from what I can see, it's something you do as you get older, because as you get older, you know, you can't really, you might not be able to like do Muay Thai or like boxing or shit like that anymore. So you do Tai Chi to like keep like the fluidity in your body and movement still fresh. It can work. I just think there's better things to do. Or you can be like Steven Seagal and do Aikido, like a martial art that's pretty much completely useless in a real life scenario, but looks cool as fucking movies. Yeah. You guys ever see Steven Seagal? Him doing, I mean, he is an Aikido master, definitely, but it's like, I would probably beat him in a fight because Aikido can't really save you in a fight. Yeah. Like, I take him down. I mean, I take him down no problem if he has no wrestling. No issue whatsoever. Yeah. And if he fights against someone with more experience, he is fucked. Yeah. But his movies, I mean, his earlier movies were actually good. I liked his earlier movies. Like when he was younger and, you know, like actual proper, like it was like he was on Jackie Chan's level, bro. Like he was that much of a badass in his movies. Cause like he was the fucking man. But, you know. Yeah. Oh, it's Aviator. Oh, this song is actually my favorite Polyphia song, man. Oh, yeah. So good, man. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, I will say, Peter Griffin, Peter Griffin. Yeah, whenever I make videos about any kind of martial arts or like martial artists, they always do really well, especially on Instagram. The Instagram community loves those videos. You know what though? Honestly, I'm kind of upset these days, like with the state of the UFC, because it's not fun to watch now, man. Like there's nobody selling fights. It's all like you got Belal Muhammad headlining a card. Are you kidding me? Like Belal Muhammad, like bro. The guy's like a fucking anti-pay-per-view like guy. Like, I mean, they're obviously very successful, but and I'm sure somebody like more will come along because that's how it goes. Like when it's like a lull, then great people follow, like great fighters follow. But there's no trash talkers now, right? I mean, who's the biggest fight seller? I would say right now, like not like through okay, yeah, okay. Let's see, biggest fight seller right now in the UFC. John Jones, maybe, and he's got one fight left. Alex Pereira, maybe, and he just lost the championship, and like he's. But again, like those guys don't really talk too much trash. I mean, John Jones doesn't anymore. Logan Paul's not in the UFC. There honestly is nobody, man. Like, there's nobody who sells fights now. Like, Colby Covington is pretty much done. Conor is done. Izzy is done. Sean Strickland isn't really, like he's not as active anymore as he once was. Like, there's no new guys. Like, the new blood, and they're all decisioners, Like, they're not finishers. Like, Conor was a finisher. And, yeah, like we need guys like that, man. Like, guys who actually make you excited to see, like, it's like, I want to be excited to see a promo. I want to be excited to watch a press conference. Like, when Conor was fighting, I would wait for the press conference to start. Like, in front of my screen, just waiting. Because I'm like, it's got to be Conor. It's going to be good. Now it's like, I respect my opponent. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to win the fight and win the belt. Like, come on, bro. I mean, Islam Makhachev is not a trash talker. Like, yeah, Hamza Chimaev is a beast, but he doesn't fight as often as he should because he's always getting sick. Yeah. There isn't a lot of UFC fans in the chat today, huh? Oh, we got 69 viewers. Nice. Kabubi Sneeko. Oh, Conor was the best finisher, bro. Dude, real talk, what Conor did, I don't know if it's ever going to be replicated. Like, that guy came into the division. He finished pretty much everybody, except for Max Holloway. He beat everybody. He knocked everybody out in the first round. All the way from his first fight until his championship fight. He knocked everybody out except for Max Holloway. He knocked everybody out, and they were all first-round knockouts except for Chad Mendes, which was a second-round knockout. Like, no one has ever done that. Nobody has ever even come close. Like, he's okay, new guy, talks that much trash, and he backs it up and finishes it in the first round. Gets some momentum behind him, does it again, talks the trash, sells the fight, and then knocks out his opponent again in the first round. And he just kept doing that and kept doing that. And then, yeah. It was second round with Chad, not third. Oh, no, sorry, no. Shit, yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think it was third round, yeah, actually. It was a third round. My bad, yeah. Because I think Chad got gassed. No, it was the end of the second round, yes. Yes, it was. Okay. Now I got my thinking back on straight. It was the end of the second round when he knocked out Chad Mendes. Yes. So like for example, you watch Bilal Muhammad fight. Like dude, like just fucking be more entertaining, bro. Like and the guy opens his mouth. You don't want to watch him fight because he just sucks at selling a fight, and his fighting skills are actually worse than his microphone skills. So it's like, holy shit, man. Ugh, ugh. Sad, man. What else is sad, Howling Wolf? I feel like it's going to be a bad joke coming, but let's see what you're going to say. I do miss Montreal. Uh, Montreal. Honestly, it's good that they got that narrative with Jones is ducking Aspinall because they need that narrative to sell that fight. Yeah, I don't believe that narrative for a second. I think it's dumb, but I mean, sure, it will sell the fight. It's like makes a big story out of it. Yeah, bro, John Jones is the goats. Like you guys, like all you new MMA fans, you guys don't remember how much of a beast that guy was his entire career. Like he can do what he wants, bro. Like he's got, when you're the GOAT, you can do what you want. Yeah. Like that guy hasn't lost a fight in his life. Like no one else can say that. Okay, Habib. Okay. Habib, I guess, could say that, but Habib retired when he was like, what, 32? Jones is 37. He's got so many more fights. Dude, even after he did, like, yeah, he's got a lot of scandals. Even after all of those, he is still the GOAT. If he didn't have those scandals, he would simply be better. So, yeah. Like, any real MMA fan knows that's true. Like, I've been a fan for, like, more than 10 years now. Like, it's... His fight IQ is off the charts. Off the charts. I don't think John Jones loses to Tom Aspinall. I think Jones beats him because of his fight IQ. I think he beats Tom Aspinall. Aspinall is a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good fighter. I just don't think he beats the GOAT. Yeah. Yeah, Demetrius Johnson, bro. Demetrius Johnson is, yeah. Also, like, he's on the Mount Rushmore of fighters because, bro, he was so good that he literally closed, like, he stopped a division because he was so good because his opponents just could not get close to him. Like, nobody was getting close to him. They traded him away to a different organization. And then he becomes the champ in that new organization, where he's still fighting today, by the way. He's still fighting in ONE FC. No. He retired a few months ago, actually, yeah, officially. But he was fighting in ONE FC. He beat Rodtang. Like, Rodtang is a beast. Ugh. Ben Askren. Yes. Ben Askren. I think the Mount Rushmore on of MMA fighters. You got John Jones, obviously, Demetrius Johnson. The other two are honestly very debatable. It depends on who you want to go with. I'm gonna go Anderson Silva and GSP. Yeah. You could, I think, add Connor in there simply because nobody elevated the sport like Connor did in terms of like money, in terms of viewership. No one comes close to that for Connor. And he was also a really, really, really good fighter as well. Like, he doesn't have a single boring fight. Not one. Yeah, which is, you can't, literally every other fighter, no matter who you are, has had boring fights. Connor never has. Ugh. Best boxer in the UFC, Max Holloway, bro. Yeah, bro. That moment, it's like when he was like, "I'm the best boxer in UFC, baby," and he punches the guy without even looking, and then he dodges the punches without even looking. Like, come on, man. Like, he was already my favorite fighter, and then seeing him live at UFC 300 when he knocked out Justin Gaethje, that was. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to that point again. Like, that was the peak, bro. That was the best trip of my entire life, was going to Vegas for UFC 300. Yeah, you know, that was the best trip of my life. Definitely. Because that was a Vegas trip with my boys. And, you know, it was just a very fun time. Like, we did so many cool things the entire week. Like, we went to, you know, many casinos. And, like, we weren't just, like, fucking around, dicking around. Like, we actually did fucking really, really awesome shit as much as we could do. Like, we went to many casinos that we could just, like, see what's around instead of sitting and gambling. Because, like, I mean, I don't gamble anyway. Like, we weren't, like, really partying. We were more so trying to have adventures. Like, we went go-karting in somewhere, like, outside of Vegas. We went shooting guns in the deserts. What else did we do? We went to the Grand Canyon. Like, we rented a Mustang, and we drove to the Grand Canyon, which was awesome. It's a fucking world wonder. You're never going to regret seeing a world wonder. We went to the Vegas Sphere, which is fucking unreal. We ate like kings the entire time in Vegas. Vegas has amazing food. I mean, Vegas is so fun. There is just an abundance of things to do there. Area 15 is awesome. And of course, like, the pinnacle, like, we went to every UFC event, like the press conference, the weigh-ins, all that stuff, which was awesome. And then the fight card itself, UFC 300, we were at the railing, like one seat before the floor seats. Fantastic seats, right at the walkout. So we saw all the fighters as they were walking out. We saw celebrities as they were walking out, like Mike Tyson, Mark Zuckerberg, and they're like a lot of big celebrities were there, like NFL players were there, other fighters were there, and the fight card itself was fucking awesome. Like, it delivered so many great fights, because very often what happens is you have these big fight cards and they just don't deliver. The fighters don't fight as well. But this one, they did, which was awesome. And the ultimate holy shit moment, bro, when Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway went toe-to-toe. That was a great fight. And then Max Holloway points to the ground and says, "Let's go, motherfucker." 10 seconds left, and he fucking just KO'd him. And the roof came off that building, man. Because everyone just gasped in unison. And then they just lost their minds. Like, I lost my voice the next few days because I was yelling so much. Oh, man. So good, man. So good. Tommy and Mike, man. I hope you guys are well. I miss you guys, man. That was a fucking unreal trip, bro. UFC 300 in Vegas. I think it's a good point to end it on here. It's been 146 minutes. God damn. It's so long. Anyway, Thank you guys for joining today's stream. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to go hit up a sauna. Y'all have a great rest of your day or great rest of your night, wherever you are in the world. It's 8 p.m. for me, so I'm going to have a good night, hopefully. Yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Easy.